joined Studio Ardete in 2018 as an intern, and 7 years later I returned to a whole new studio. Architect Prerna and Badrinath Kaleru show me around their brand new office, one that they always wanted to make, with bold experimentations, large collaborative working spaces, and with areas of play. They have brought their dream office to life. And honestly, I can't wait to show you their beautifully designed spaces. Alright, so let's go in and let's take a tour of the office. By the way, I love the Adi Yogi statue that you have right at the start. You know, it's a great way to sort of begin our journey as well.
We always wanted this, and gratefully we have one here because it's our inspiration and it keeps us motivating to what we do. So this is our main reception area. So the idea was always to, normally like architect's office usually have small narrow spaces. The idea was to have an expansive space to the maximum potential what we could. And this particular sitting is more like inspired from Jeffrey Bawa, how it actually sinks into the furniture. So it's all coated in concrete. These actually have been shipped from a mine from Rajasthan.
This is basically, once a rock is cut by filling the RDX, it's blasted. So first skin of the rock is not really used. It's kind of shelled out, and then the second skins start having the cutting and providing as granites. So this is that fast raw facade of the rock that comes out of after the blast. And we felt it so scenic and so beautiful that there's no character that can match this. And everything, even the furniture that you look at,
I love this table, by the way.
Yeah, this is especially from Bali. It's actually like it's just made for it. You don't have to do any articulation of it. It's just that nature is so beautiful and you can imagine so much out of it.
Yeah.
And at Ardete, we are quite much nature-influenced architects. You know, we do a lot of parametric also and many designs. So somehow the inspiration is actually this.
By the way, I realized we haven't introduced him to people. So who is he?
He is our little Scooby. And he's 3 months old puppy. So we have two in our office. One is Scooby, one is Popcorn. So Popcorn is not in the office today. But these two have they are now the budding architects.
This, as you had told me, are movable partitions.
Yes, yes.
So you can actually just move them.
Yeah, it's a self-stabilized structure. We can just put it up.
So it's like an acoustic movable partition. So there are like us hidden meeting rooms behind it. So if we want to, you know, space out the whole and do an event, so it can go sideways. If you want to do a bigger conferencing, we can do it sideways, one part, or we can have two little cubicles. So it can be a semi-discussion, so the voice does not really go out. And then you can obviously, whenever you're bored, you play with the form.
Yeah. Feel like this could be a nice form finding exercise.
Yes.
If you just want to have a... and on this floor, the other space you said is just a conference room.
Yeah, it's a very interesting conference room, and so...
There are two doors.
Yeah, there are. Why? Because we'll tell you what's the surprise.
So we have this space in such a way that we have a sitting room and a couch room. And so in this, the whole idea is like if we can actually combine these spaces into subdivide them and make them two separate rooms. So we can actually open up this entire partition, close it off.
So this partition's really blocked. So this type of wallpaper aesthetic that goes with that room, and that has that aesthetics, and together we can close it like a complete. It's like very easy. It's a dorma partition, so it's like a cakewalk type of structure.
Yeah, it's maybe easy to sort of just pull through also.
Yeah. So you don't need two people. Like you see, I'm with the dog and still doing it.
And so with just pulling up a partition in between, this one room gets divided into two. So now we're going up the sculptural staircase.
You know, everything is white, and then stark color of blue is really, as an architect, you tend to mute everything and let people be the object, and then just putting it like a artwork, living artwork.
Honestly,
so it did felt like that. You know, whenever you walk around it, you feel like an artwork.
Yeah, it was quite a task to make it because there was 3 flights of staircase. We literally had to build all of it together. So the challenge was because it's quite a big diameter and it is only suspended at one point.
This is the main means of traveling between various floors in the office. And what a beautiful way it is.
So this is the first floor.
Yeah. So this is first floor. Like I said, everything is still. So in this we have, this is a foosball table, and this is a work in progress material library, and this is a studio where we would do it in the future. But the main office is on the second floor.
Okay. By the way, I really like this one with like some artwork inside.
So this actually has a story. We worked with an artist where we use the waste material of the building. We use the waste material of our previous electronic hardware. And at each
Even
of
the
these
keyboards, you'll see on one floor, there's a keyboard buttons. And on that, every floor, like here you have RDT written, somewhere you will have spaces more, RDT's logo written. And
so we had like this bags of wasted stuff that was sent to the art studio, and then they found ways to actually use it creatively and to give it back in terms of signages.
So basically on every floor there is one that tells you what floor it is with an artwork inside it.
Then artwork, some has colors, some has keyboards, some has
pencils and sharpeners.
Ooh, that's incredible.
So this is also one way of how we want to show that, because artwork can be also sustainable. That's the whole idea of this space, because this is a platinum rated LEED building that we are walking into. So that was very important to us, how we can actually express our idea of sustainability even through signages and artwork.
So this is the second floor.
Oh, I see what you mean about the space changing now.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is just our informal space where we can all gather, we can congregate. So it is more like a town hall space. So we use it when a lot of people, visitors, they come in, they can gather around this space.
One space that has connected us together. The steps are large because you can actually sit like this, what you said, and you can sit for longer hours for informal way of talking with team, because it's so formal. The tables and the chairs are, it's not that, you can ooze out your own self.
By the way, when was the building built?
So we moved in December 23.
And so this is the second floor is the place where the whole team sits.
Yes. So this particular studio it's like a large end-to-end studio of the whole width of the plot. So it is about another 1500 square feet. So we have our core team sitting over here with their teams sitting next to them. So it's a very nice balcony which has this double height space. Okay. And then there is a single level balcony overviewing this. So we will be later putting the outdoor furniture here, so you can actually sit with your laptops outside, do working, discussions, with a lot of plants around.
And so also talk to me about this facade, because now it's clearly visible from the balcony. I think one of the most iconic things about this building is the facade space. So what was the idea here and how did you create it?
So it all started with a tree that we had in the front, because normally it's an industrial area. So we have this tree which we protected it all throughout the site when it was being built. And the idea was, how can we have it like an expression onto the building. So that's the thing, like even these petals look like leaves, with each leaf pointed at different areas. That's how it's the parametric thing. And then these have like, it's like a branches that have cutouts into it. So that has been like a tree that has transformed into a building.
So it's like a frozen music. It's like that frozen picture of the tree where you have the feeling of wind rustling through some part of it. So whenever you see it, you feel the wave is there, and especially when at night when the lighting is lit, you'll really see how it feels like it's not stable. So many of the people say it's kinetic, it's not stagnant. But that's the feature of it. So every leaf is inclined on a different angle. It was very tough as a construction. Now here you can even see the numbers are written on the facade. So every rod was kind of assembled to the number, and it has a vertical horizontal grid like a parking grid. So every leaf was supposed to go at a right place. So it was all done on a parametric modeling before. It was a level of engineering. It cannot just happen that you can say, thoda sa bhaiya aise kar do, waise, not like that. So all computerized, every leaf had a particular inclination manufactured when it was manufactured with this base. The base was manufactured at a tilt. So it is a brilliant engineering work. It is. Yeah. It looks like an artwork, but there's a lot of brain behind it.
It's incredible.
The company behind this facade is Meta Guys. They are pioneers of metal facades, and I have actually talked about their work in a few videos I have made. And they did a great job on this one as well. Now let's get back inside and continue our tour.
So this is the small library we have, which we collected books from all over different places we visit.
By the way, I love this.
So this is an artwork from motherboard chips done by an artist, where we just show up the technology part of Ardete, how we can embrace technology. So this was something that he expressed out of this artwork.
And this is our most photo clickable point.
Yeah. Honestly, it's very aesthetic, and I feel like the green of this really contrasts with everything, so your attention really goes here.
Yes. So this is our third floor. So we have a small studio here, but we have the most fun on this.
So here we have a sub-soccer table.
You can actually go on this.
Yeah, we can just push
you. You can try.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can actually just do it, even like you can sit many times, like we actually have artists when you come over. So this also uses up as a like a conference room where we can have discussions and everything.
But this is a nice space, honestly. It's almost like you're a kid again.
Yeah, so my son comes and he is nowhere in the office, he's always on this net.
So he sleeps here, you can also sleep on this, and it can take a lot of people as well.
Okay, it's incredible. And I feel like when you were talking about informal space to discuss design, imagine just being here and just, coming on this space and discussing design, it takes it to another level. Yeah.
True.
Now the next space is something you don't find in many offices, what architect Prerna refers to as the energy center of this building.
So this is that energy center, and in this there's a lot of positivity that we have created by, firstly it's housed by Devi Guri, that is a form of main ling Bhairavi Devi that is Stapit by Sadhguru at Coimbatore. And then there's always chanting going on in this room. So many times even clients who come for meetings, even people of good status, they would first come, bow down, sit for a minute and then go to the meeting because they want to bring in that positivity to the work. So this has somehow even helped the whole team to bring back themselves in their odd times. So very powerful room. So if you have anything, just come here, it will become empty.
From that space of silence and spirituality, we next go to the lounge made for clients.
So this is a client lounge, and it has a nice piano inside it. So most of the time it's a place where clients we can meet, we can sit, have an interaction, and it's also a place to unwind sometimes with the team as well. So it has a nice piano, and sometimes we have an artist who plays it, sometimes she plays it.
You can play the piano?
Yeah, but if you can hear it, because
we need to play something.
did I prove that I play?
After spending some time in the lounge, we finally proceeded to the final floor. And this was an unexpected surprise.
So this is we call this a backspace. So basically this is a cafeteria. It also has a kitchen, it has a TT table. This is our training room. So we fold it up, push it inside, it becomes a training room. So we have a dartboard, and we have we set up.
We have a lot of in-house games, like you have a Monopoly, you have a Scramble. So you can have board games, really.
It's like the fun space of the office.
fun space.
Are any of you good at TT?
Now, in a time where architecture offices are hectic and stressful, it was great to see spaces where people can really relax and recharge and just play. And honestly, that is what we did here.
Okay.
Oh my God.
You have a full-on basketball court here.
So it's a full-size pickleball court, and we use it as you can see, it's a volleyball court and a basketball court. So depending on how many people we are,
We spent some time on this terrace looking at the beautiful views and playing some sports. Honestly, it was such a fun time. And that also concluded our tour of the spaces inside. So what do you think of this office tour? Did you like it? And should I do more office tours in the future? Let me know in the comments below. As always, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, to share it and to subscribe to BlessedArc. And remember, in the first 7 days, you can also hype the video so that it reaches as many people as possible. That was it. I will see you guys soon with more such content. Until then, bye bye.